Hey, this is Dean. As you can hear by the traffic noise, I'm on the lower Provo. I'm not too far off the road. It is winter. It's December. It's a little cold and overcast today, but it's in the 40s, so it's a good day to go fishing. It's supposed to rain or snow sometime today, but that's just kind of part of the game in December. I'm going to see if I can pick up a few. I'll be nymphing primarily today. I'll let you know how I do. Before that, I'm going to switch over to a chance I had to talk to Lance Egan over at Fly Fish Food. Lance, as many of you know, is a creative fly tyer. His flies are sold by Umpqua all around the country. He also is a member of the fly fishing, United States fly fishing team. So he travels the world and fishes. He locally guides here in Utah, and he works at Fly Fish Food in Orem, fly shop there. So anyway, Lance is going to talk a little bit about winter fishing patterns to use, some different strategies that'll come in handy. Then I'm going to fish a little bit and see if I can hook a few up. I'll let you know what's working, what's not working. This time of year, it can be really, really good. It can be really bad. You just never know. But the only way you can find out is come out and go fishing. So I'm here in the winter, and I am on the river, and let's see what happens. We've got Lance Egan with us. It's December. We're approaching the middle of December, and Lance has volunteered to talk a little bit about winter fly fishing, flies to use, and conditions, and the way to fish them. So turn it over here to Lance at Fly Fish Food in Orem. Thanks, Lance.
Cool. Thanks, Dean. As mentioned, I'm Lance Egan from Fly Fish Food. We have recently moved, so if you haven't found our new location, come visit us down here. We're at 932 North and State Street. We're right behind Macy's on the road that takes you right up Provo Canyon. Swing by and take a look. We got a much larger space here, so we look forward to expanding our offering, our product offering, and doing a lot more classes and clinics. Otherwise, we just want to talk a little bit about winter fishing. So winter fishing on our local tailwater stays really good. We have some consistent midge hatches. We also have very good nymph fishing all winter long. Some of the more productive things to do are focus on slower water. Deep water can be good too, but it doesn't have to necessarily be very deep, just slower. As the water temperature cools, the fish are a bit more lethargic. They don't require as much food, and they don't move as much. So they tend to be in slower parts of the river, and they are less likely to move a long way to take your fly. So make sure you're getting flies right near the bottom. Other than that, let's just go through a few little flies. So some of the flies that work really well in the winter, we get very good midge hatches most of the winter. So we've got I Can See It midge, a bunny midge, a parachute Adams, a regular Griffiths gnat, a sparkle Griffiths gnat, and a foam merger. These are all flies we carry here in the shop, and that we found very effective for the rising fish on the Provo. If you're an indicator nympher, you'll probably want to make very small flies your target for this time of year. So there's little tiny soft hackles, little zebra, rainbow warrior, a WD-40, a juju baetis, tiny pheasant tails, and then little sow bug patterns are always common in the wintertime. If you want to try a little bit of Euro nymphing, maybe try like a squirmy or a stone or a red dart as your heavier fly, and a little sow bug or a little baetis nymph like an iron lotus or a Frenchie, something like that as your lighter fly. Otherwise, again, it's really important to get the flies near the bottom and drifting as slow as possible.
All right. Thank you, Lance. One question for you, Lance. When's the best time to go out in the winter? It's awful cold in the morning. What time would you suggest to go out and fish?
It is, like you're kind of alluding to, it's usually best in the winter to do the middle part of the day, the warmest part of the day. The water temperature will rise a degree or maybe 2 or 3. So that's often the very, very best time of the day. Let's say 11 to about 3 o'clock is probably your prime time in the winter.
All right. Thanks, Lance. Did you want to mention your video, Lance, that you've got out right now on Euro nymphing?
Sure. I have 2 videos along with my partners Devin Olson and Gilbert Rowley. They're called Modern Nymphing and Modern Nymphing Elevated. We have them on our website here on the store, store.flyfishfood.com. We also have them in store if you live nearby. Or if you like digital download, you can get digital downloads from Vimeo. I highly recommend them. I'm very biased, obviously. But I think you'll find that they're very useful. They'll give you a lot of information, and they're very well done.
All right, thank you. All right, just got here and second or third cast in this little run right here. Picked up, zoom in on him a little bit. Nice little brown. He's not the biggest fish, but I'm going to let him go. But they're picking up on the flies this morning so far. Picked up a nice brown here on an egg pattern. A little yellow egg. Out here on the lower Provo in December, picked up a nice brownie right here. I'll pull him up. Nice fish. Picked him up on a nice fish. Picked him up on a little midge pattern. Here's another nice little brown I picked up here. Nice December fishing. Sun's out on the lower Provo. An awesome place to be. I've hooked up pretty nice fish here and still have not yet been able to see what he is. Hopefully I can get him up a little bit. Once again, you can see the snow on the ground, so it's a little chilly, but the fishing's been good today. December can be a pretty awesome month to fish if you don't mind the cold. Bear with me a sec. Let's see if we can get him up, at least get him on film. I've had a couple other nice fish today so far, and two of them have popped off, so there we go. He is it's that time of year. It's a big old whitefish. They got some size to them, but you know, they're fun to catch. They may not be what we're initially looking for, but whitefish are they get active this time of year. I'm going to let him go. Hey, just wrapping it up here on the Provo River. Had a great day. Caught some fish. I've caught some whitefish and some browns. Been a lot of fun. Everything I've caught has been nymphing. Basically egg patterns I've been using. I put that on the top fly. I think that even if they don't hit that, the color on that will make them look. And then a lot of times you pick them up on the trailing fly. Lately I've just been trailing midge patterns. Small patterns seem to be pretty effective in the winter. The fish aren't nearly as active, so you got to put a little extra weight on there. Make sure you get down towards the bottom when you're nymphing. If you're not getting down to the bottom, you're probably not going to get any fish. Once again, thanks to Lance for sharing his info with us. You know, make sure you visit your local fly shop. Those guys are always wired in on what's happening in your local rivers. They'll give you some great advice, tell you what patterns are working, what's not. Make sure you buy a little tippets and leaders, get some flies. If you're like me, you're always dropping your forceps in the river, get another set or two of forceps. You know, spend a few dollars, keep those guys employed, and they'll keep us into fish. Let me know if there's some rivers that you'd like to see me fish here in the state of Utah. I'd be glad to go out and give them a try. I love to fish new rivers. Next video I'll probably be up on the Weber, so that'll be interesting. Let me know how this is coming. If you have any suggestions, feel free to share them. Please subscribe, and I appreciate that. And I look forward to doing another video this winter on a little winter fly fishing, and see if we can get into something a little bit different, maybe on a different river. Thanks. This is a fly that was pretty effective for me on the Provo River, fishing in the winter. This is a little thread midge. It goes by the name, I think they call it a bling midge in some areas, or it's a variation of one. You can also take a look, if you want to check it out on the internet, a Young Special. It's Y-U-N-G. It's basically just a thread midge, and that's kind of what this is. It's tied on a size 20 hook. I've got a black barbless hook on this. Actually, the shape of the hook on these doesn't seem to make all that much a difference. I should say. I do like the black hooks, but I've tied them on silver hooks before, and they've worked just fine. This is barbless, helps get this little thing out of the fish's mouth. I put one through my finger, came in one part of it and came out the other part about a month ago when I was fishing this fly. Was pretty happy it was barbless then too. So it's not only to protect the fish, but also it will do you a favor if you ever get stuck with one of these, which if you fish a lot, sooner or later it happens. This one is olive thread at the back. It's got some extra small gold ribbing on it. I tie in a little bit of flash, just some opal or holographic flash right around that thorax portion, and then the head is just black thread. They're simple to tie. They're very effective. They don't last too long. The fish will tear them up. So I usually use this as a trailer. This time of year, I'll also usually the lead fly. I'll usually have some sort of egg pattern, either apricot or pale yellow or bright yellow, chartreuse, some type of egg pattern. A lot of times I'll take that egg. They're used to seeing those in the water. But if nothing else, I think that gets their attention, and from there they'll see this little midge come floating down and pick it up. So good luck, give it a try, and let me know how you do. Send me some info on your trips on the YouTube channel, and hopefully it will improve your fishing.